Despite Pakistan's repeated demands for an immediate end to US-led drone strikes in the country, reports of fresh attacks are continuing. At least 3 people believed to be militants have been killed in the latest incident. But with their identities hard to verify, there are concerns that America's war drones could be causing civilian deaths in the process, so-called collateral damage. RT's Gani Chichikan explains.
Reports about US drone strikes in Pakistan come in more and more often. We're getting used to hearing in the media such and such number of terrorists was killed, with no way to verify, really. There are no names attached to those numbers, usually. But earlier this month, American officials proudly announced that a drone strike in Pakistan killed one of al-Qaeda's top commanders. Almost 2 weeks later, a video with the same man, Yahya al-Libi, was posted online with titles which are generally reserved for the living. Other al-Qaeda leaders have not confirmed or denied al-Libi's death. The video could have been taped before his death. That's true. So he might as well be dead. But the confusion has once again raised the question of who's really dying in those bombings and how much do we actually know? Because it's all very murky. What we do know is that the Obama administration has dramatically ramped up drone strikes in Pakistan, around 300 strikes since he took office. It's this area bordering Afghanistan which is under fire. But judging by the intensity of the US strikes there, one may think that only terrorists live there. That's not the case, of course. The London-based Bureau of Investigative Journalism says more than 800 civilians died in those bombings, among them almost 200 children. What's interesting, for a year, US officials had altogether denied civilian deaths in drone strikes. But reports on the ground told the opposite, and thousands of people protesting furious in Pakistan told the opposite. Then there was the last straw, the aerial strike, which killed 24 Pakistani soldiers last year by mistake. Diplomatic havoc followed between the US and Pakistan. Pakistan blocked supply routes to Afghanistan. They still remain closed, by the way. A new wave of extremism has been steered by those strikes. What's also interesting, US officials have indirectly accused this Bureau of Investigative Journalism, which works to shed light on civilian deaths in those drone strikes, of helping terrorists. One might argue that this label, terrorist helper, is becoming an all too convenient tool for the government to brush off investigative journalism. Then there was this Yemeni journalist who reported about the drone strike in Yemen in 2009. 21 women and 14 children died there. The journalist is now in jail, reportedly at the personal request of President Obama himself. There's this line of thought in Washington. It's all perfectly fine as long as we're fighting the bad guys. The president approves the list of those bad guys, by the way. The kill list, on secret evidence with no review. But does the argument, we're fighting the bad guys, mean that the world should keep quiet about the execution of innocent people? In Washington, I'm Gani Chichikan.